Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, and before I get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. It is the end of 2024, which means I am here to tell you all about the best books I read this year. I have a list of 10 books, well actually 11, but we'll get into that later, but my top 10 books of 2024. I cannot believe the year is over. I'm sure you're going to hear that a lot from booktubers, so I'm going to not give you a whole spiel about it, but it's the end of 2024. I feel like I was just sitting down and do this video last year, but here we are, so let's dive right in. I think all of these are, except one. Yes, all of these are romance except for one. One is horror. And if you didn't know, I'm a romance girly, also a horror girly, but I primarily read romance, as you will see if you stick around on my channel. So we are going to dive right in. Starting in 10th place, we have Praise by Sarah Kate. This is book 1 in the Salacious Players Club series. This is an SEX club, and this one has a praise kink, and it is also ex-boyfriend's dad. So our main female character, her and her boyfriend break up, but she goes to get some money from his dad, and she goes without him, and then she meets the dad for the first time and is instantly attracted to him. She ends up working for him as his secretary, and things progress from there. This book is very taboo, very kinky, very spicy. It is such a good time. And I have read the next 2 books in the series as well. Well, I'm currently reading the 3rd one, and they've all been fantastic. So this one, though, is my favorite, and I love it. I love all these books so much. Now on to book number 9 on the list. We have Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings. This is a rom-com. It is sapphic. This is forced proximity. These 2 women, well, one is living at this farmhouse and the other buys it from the woman's mom without the other woman knowing. And so she shows up, she's like, this is my place. And she's like, no, I live here. So they decide to live there together for a while until the one who was living there can get enough money to go find another place to stay. But of course, they fall for each other. It is so cute, and there's a lot of great banter. Such a good time. I highly recommend. Number 8 on the list is Close Knit by Kels and Denise Stone. This is a knitting influencer and soccer player romance. It is forced proximity. It is also one night stand, and it is just so emotional and heartwarming, and you really feel for these characters. They are in the US and they end up having a one-night stand. They don't tell each other their names. They use code names, and they have a one-night stand, and then they both end up in England. He is a soccer player there, and she has decided to move there for a little while as part of her yes year. She's doing a yes year where she's saying yes to new adventures and challenges and opportunities, and they end up living in the same building. So, forced proximity, at first they get off on the wrong foot, but then they slowly start to become friends, and more than friends, because they both cannot get over how they felt when they had their one-night stand. Number 7 on the list is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This is a romantasy. It is book 1 in a duet. It is the only book currently out. The next book comes out in 2025. And this book follows Ophelia, who her sister goes into this game, this competition called Phantasma, where anything can happen. Like, people don't really know what goes on in there, and you can die or horrible stuff can happen to you. And she enters because she wants the reward. And so she's like, oh my God, my sister went in there. I have to enter as well. So she enters into the competition, and she ends up becoming close with a phantom there, and he is trying to help her through the trials, like through the competitions. and they end up falling for each other. And there was a huge plot twist at the end that I did not see coming, and I loved so much. This book was incredible, and I cannot recommend this book enough. I adored every minute of it. When I was sitting and reading it, I flew through it. I honestly read it slower than I probably could have because I wanted it to last forever. But this book means everything to me, and I highly recommend you go check it out. Next, number 6 on the list are 2 books, but they are one consecutive story, like one complete story. Finding and Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. These are pitched as YA. They're not. They're new adult romances. And they are rugby romance. They follow 2 high school students, and they are incredible, emotional, heartbreaking. I mean, this follows Johnny and Shannon, and Johnny is a rugby player who gets mad on the field and accidentally kicks the rugby ball, and it hits Shannon. And she is a small, fragile girl physically. She is very tough. She's been through a lot, but she is a very small girl, so getting hit with that rugby ball knocks her unconscious, and then he feels horrible, so he takes her to the school nurse, and things start from there. She has a horrible home life. Her dad is horrible to her. He abuses her and her siblings, and this book will make you feel so many emotions. It'll break your heart, but the warm heart, the scenes that will warm your heart, put your heart back together, really are incredible. These 2 characters have been through a lot, but they are meant to be together. And these are thick books, but they are well worth it. You will not be saying these books are too long because they are perfect in every way, at least to me. And now the 5th book on the list is The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Lucina Coney. This is a single guardian romance. So this is about our main male character who looks after his younger sister, and this other woman who is the sister's dance teacher. They have feelings for each other, but they start off as just friends. They are friendly, and then things progress, and it's hard because he's dealing with looking after his little sister because their mom she's an alcoholic. I think she might also be just an addict, and she's not capable of taking care of the daughter. And so the main male character has to step in and do a lot of it. And this book is very emotional, and I loved it. Book number 4 on the list is Shadows of You by Catherine Cowles. This is a romantic suspense. This is about a single mom who is trying to leave her life in the past and run away from some horrible people that are after her. And she goes to this small town, and she ends up moving in with this guy. He's grumpy at first towards her, but he does care about her and her daughter. And he slowly starts to let his guard down. They both do, and they fall for each other. And he is just so good with the daughter, and I love this book so much. But it is emotional. There is dark topics, and definitely keep that in mind. Book number 3 on the list is Wretched by Emily McIntyre. This is a dark romance. It is a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz. This follows, I'm forgetting our main character's name, but she is supposed to be the Wicked Witch. And this other guy who is an FBI agent, and he is our main male character, and he is falling for, it's complicated because she knows who he is and she likes him, but he doesn't know who she is and he likes her. Because she is part of this organized crime group thing, and he doesn't realize that the person he's after is the person he's falling for. And it is so good. I read this. This was the first book I read in 2024, and I still think about it to this day. Book number 2 on the list is You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Callan Bayron. This is a YA horror slasher. This is basically Friday the 13th. It takes place at this summer camp. They are like camp counselor, like they run the camp, and it is supposed to be a place where people can go to be scared. It's like bringing horror to life, but it's all fake until it's not. People start dying. It is creepy. I read it in one sitting. I was on the edge of my seat. I loved every second of it, but it is gory. It is creepy. It is intense. So if that's not for you, maybe don't read this one, but it is my everything. And number 1 on the list is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is book 2 in the Chestnut Springs series. It is a small town cowboy romance. This follows Willa and Cade. Cade is a single dad and Willa becomes his son's nanny. And she is bold. She is amazing. She is incredible. So is he. He's a bit grumpy and guarded, but she is just full of energy and she pushes his limits. And this book is everything. Willa is hilarious and so is the child. I love this book so much. And you've heard me talk about this book so many times, but I am obsessed. Those are my best books of 2024. I cannot believe we are at the end of 2024. This is crazy. It is the end of the year. I'm filming this on December 22nd. Christmas is literally in a couple days. By the time you're seeing this, Christmas is already passed. I'm pretty sure you're seeing this still in 2024, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But those were my best books of 2024. It is mind-blowing. And again, I said I wouldn't give you this whole talk about how the end of the year, I can't believe it, but here I am. If you made it this far, definitely let me know if you've read any of these books. Also, let me know your favorite book of 2024 that you read. And if you don't feel like commenting any of those, you can leave me a book stack emoji. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.